Hello, church family. Well, it's hard to believe that we've been in this quarantine period for about 7 months. And I can remember back in the beginning, the temptation was to trust in things getting better soon and to trust in, I can't wait till things go back to normal. And how we were encouraging each other, no, this is time to seek the Lord. This is time to press in. And now we're in this period where it's dragged on for so long. We don't know what normal was. We don't know what normal will look like again. We don't know what a new normal will be like. And we've entered into this period where people are struggling with dullness and discouragement and not sure where to put their hope. I was reading a verse I'd like to share with you from Psalm 84, where it says, "They, the people of God, will turn the valley of Baca into springs of water." And what it's referring to is the Valley of Baca was this place on the pilgrimage to Jerusalem, the pilgrimage that the people of God would take every year. It's a symbolic pilgrimage to the presence of God. And it was the place where people would reach a point of discouragement. It was a place where the people would complain. It was a dry place, a difficult place. And we are in a dry and difficult place right now. But it's one that I believe the Lord wants to turn into springs of water, into times of joy, into times of refreshment. I believe he wants his people to bring that. And church, it's the people who are seeking after God's presence, who are hungry for his presence. You know, all the tangible things might have been taken away. We don't have hope in what things will look like. We don't have hope in our political system. We don't have hope in a lot of concrete things for our future. But what we have hope in is the presence of God, and that God's made a way for us to be in his presence, to dwell in his presence. And I think it's time for us, church, that we continue to seek the Lord, but we seek concretely after the presence of God, to be satisfied in him, to let him bring streams of living water to flow in us, for him to refresh us and bring us joy. And church, that's what I've been praying for us, that we would come together when we come on Saturday at 5:00, that we would come with a hunger for God to meet us and to refresh us in his presence by his Spirit. And we're going to have some testimonies coming up in these weekly updates of how God's meeting us, how God's refreshing his people in the midst of this pandemic. The Lord bless you, and may the Lord help you to press in and experience God's presence through this week.